Good afternoon, everyone. This is Sunny Mom. Hope you are having a happy day or doing the best you can do. Today we're going to be making peanut butter cupcakes. And this is with my sister in mind, my twin sister. She loves peanut butter and we're going to do that and hopefully cheer her up. She's battling cancer right now, so she needs all the cheering up she can get and our thoughts and prayers. So that's what we're going to get started on. So come on. For this recipe, we'll use sugar, butter, buttermilk powder, peanut butter, eggs, flour, baking powder, salt, and vegetable shortening. And that's for the cake. For the frosting, we'll use peanut butter, vanilla, powdered sugar, evaporated milk, real butter, and vegetable shortening. We'll start out in our mixing bowl with the stick of butter. And then we're going to add 1/4 cup of shortening. And we'll add our 3 eggs that have been beaten up a little bit. And then we'll add a generous 1 cup of peanut butter, because this is what really makes your batter moist and it is deliciously tasting. This is a good recipe in my opinion. So we're going to mix that all up thoroughly. We'll get that all blended in. While this is mixing, I was thinking how good it is to stay busy each day. And we have 2 sons that are doctors and they keep saying, Mom and Dad, you got to keep moving or things are not going to turn out well if you don't keep moving at your age. And we just put in 1/2 cup of water. I read a statistic that Parkinson's disease cases could be doubled by 2050, affecting 25 million people around the globe. So you got to keep your mind active and keep your body active. And I know it all depends on our age. Sometimes if you make it to the mailbox and back, you're doing great. And we added 1.5 cups of sugar, and then we add 1 1/2 cups of whole buttermilk. And I made the buttermilk from buttermilk powder according to the directions on the can. It's convenient because you always don't have buttermilk. And now I'm adding in the flour up to 2 cups of self-rising flour. And I made that. You can do that for every 1 cup. You add 1 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And there you go. You've got your self-rising flour, because we usually don't have that on hand unless you make biscuits all the time. So we're putting the last half of our self-rising flour in the bowl and getting that mixed in thoroughly. And it is already smelling delicious with that peanut butter smell. We want to make sure that we scrape the bowl to get all the dry ingredients in. We got it all mixed up. So I've got my little method here of taking 1/4 of a measuring cup and dipping that in and using my spatula to get that out of the cup. And these are silicone baking cups, and I spray them very lightly with olive oil. I find if I don't, they still stick a little bit on the very bottom. Now these will go in the preheated oven right now for 350 degrees for 25 to 26 minutes. And these are the jumbo size cupcakes. So if you have the smaller cupcakes, you're going to have to start checking them at 15 minutes and find out what your oven's doing and test them with a toothpick. And when they come out clean, you'll know they're ready to go. Now, in the interim, when the cupcakes are in the oven on 350 degrees, we're starting the peanut butter icing, and we're starting with a half a cup of butter, a half a cup of shortening, and we'll mix that up thoroughly. We're going to be adding 1/4 cup of peanut butter. And make sure we get all of that and mix that in thoroughly. It's been my experience that this recipe is really perfect. Now we want to add in up to 8 tablespoons of evaporated milk, and I already have the 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract in there. And then we are now adding in up to 5 cups of powdered sugar, and we want to make sure that we scrape the bowl and get all of the dry ingredients mixed in so the frosting is perfect. Now my hand mixer conked out on me almost at the end, so I had to finish it by mixing it by hand, but it came out fine. And now the cupcakes are out of the oven, and we can proceed to pipe the icing on or put it on with a knife, or however we want to do to, or maybe we don't even want frosting on those, so of course it's your option. Either way, they are delicious. And we have little bits of peanut butter cup pieces on top of the cupcakes. So just a little finishing touch there. They are moist and they are delicious. Enjoy. This recipe made 18 cupcakes of the jumbo cupcakes.